There's a lot of conversation out there about indica, cannabis sativa. Indica makes you very calm and mellow and want to go to sleep. And sativa makes you excited and makes you want to move around, and maybe you get more of a brain, mental. I just lost a capsule. Mental exaltation with sativas. So, Keith, why don't you talk a little bit about that topic? Do you
Well,
believe that's true?
since smoking the flower, yes, I do. So I'm a long-term smoker, as you know. I'm at 40 plus years of using cannabis. And we've had discussions before about using cannabis to do yard work versus using it to think versus using it while you're on the computer. And I've always found the sativa to be uplifting for me where I can get jobs done, and the indica to be able to bring me down where I can drop to the couch and not do anything other than think, which I find very useful also having clear headspace to think. So I know it works in the flower, and I believe that it is a result of the terpenes, not as much as the cannabinoids. So I think it is the terpenes that are in the flower on either side of the potent indica or sativa strains. So I'm currently doing some testing, a little research, to see if I can put the terpene sets of indica into a capsule and the terpene sets of sativa into a capsule with hemp and see if there's a difference. See if you can actually take a capsule that just lifts you up through the day and utilizing the same cannabinoids, but different terpene profiles on top of those identical cannabinoids. So it won't be long. We'll probably have the answer. So, I'm doing research 24/7. So
So
that's on
my
my research
opinion
list.
on the subject is that it's not real.
Yeah.
I do believe in Keith that it is very much based on the terpenes. But so I have a problem every time that I smoke an indica before bed. My mind races. I can't go to sleep. I I can't at all. I'm thinking about 1,000 things, and I've tried all of these different indicas. Does not work for me. And it goes back to the problem of just people. Cannabis has different impacts on different people. But I think also where we are in today's time with cannabis indica and cannabis sativa is that the lineage of those
We ruined it.
varieties. What?
We ruined it.
We ruined it.
There's been so much crossbreeding
So
that there really is almost no true indicas and sativas anymore.
yeah.
Uh, and
Thanks
I
for
know that's where
thanks for putting that. That was my idea, Dan.
yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. We ruined it. However, I think it probably was true long, long ago. Cannabis indica actually literally translates to cannabis from India. And I think that that cannabis indica was traditionally known as the medicinal form of cannabis, whereas cannabis sativa was more known. It was grown in China and was more known as your hemp cultivars. So I think over time, because cannabis is very aromatic, the terpenes are very aromatic, and it clings on to things around them. So kind of like hops does. So the cannabis that was grown in India, given that region of the world, probably created certain terpenes and developed certain terpenes and evolved those terpenes over time to have a certain effect. So, like myrcene is a very calming terpene. I would bet that myrcene is very easy to grow in that environment in India. It's totally my hypothesis, but I think I might be onto something.
No, it's pretty solid. And, we're doing pretty constant research on the plant. And of course, as you know, as I was pointing out, there really are very few pure strains left anymore. And 40 years ago, when we were smoking, those strains were pretty pure. But over the past 4 decades, everyone has gone seeking out the strains, trying to put them together, trying to auto flower, and trying to increase THC yields. So that's basically been the entire cannabis world for the past 20 years is how much can you increase the THC yield? And then in the last 10 years, it became how much can you increase the CBD yield? So this has been nothing but a mishmashing of genetics for 40 years. So those old genetics, I have some 30 plus year old seeds, but they're nowhere near the THC levels of the current products on the market today.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, they would be considered garbage in today's standards of the seeds that I have that go back decades. Yeah, hemp seeds.
Well, we'd love to know your opinion. Please, if you have a comment on or thought on this subject, type it into the comment field below if there is one. Otherwise, we'd be happy to hear from you. Chat with us through email or whatever portal you're viewing this on.
And if you want to try some of my samples too, feel free. So all you have to do is just drop us a note. We can send you all sample packets, and I'm making all kinds of incredible products, Annie.
Yeah.
So I'm making samples of everything, and we're learning about all the different cannabinoids and how different people respond to them. So we'd love to hear your opinions. Isn't that right?